Yeah. And I do believe I'll have to give it the grade of about an A show. I wouldn't say it was an A+ show, but I think all the matches across the board were very solid.
Did you hang up on me?
Yeah, because I was talking and there was nothing coming back.
I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah, I didn't hear you when you were talking. I see you heard me say I gave it an A because you put it in there. But I was not hearing you say shit. It was just dead air.
You need to be listening. All right, well, call me back. Hurry up.
Technical difficulties. They're the best.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, my Facebook Messenger never lost the call, so I don't know.
Yep, I don't know. I just stopped hearing you.
My computer, I was like, I answered on my phone because it's like, oh shit, my computer still has you up there. Okay. Where are we at? Do we know?
Yeah, I said I had given it an A. And I was waiting to see what you gave it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I gave it an A-, and I would have gave it an A, except, Pasty, my biggest gripe was what you had contradicted me on, was that I don't think any of the major matches, let alone any of the matches, had much of a build. Now, you had told me that you liked it because most of them had a year build.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these matches had the idea, the concept for them sparked at the inception or close to it.
Right. Well, first of all, AEW hasn't even been around close to a year.
No.
Way less than a year. So I thought I'd go through and do a little research of when all of this happened. So I actually got some numbers and data behind me. So we got the first match was the tag match, Proud and Powerful versus Young Bucks. No feud. We know that.
Course,
That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad
possible.
thing.
Yeah.
No, yeah, awesome. Not a problem. Adam Page versus Pac. They started feuding August 31st, literally the latest part of August. That was at All Out. All Out was the first time they had any real
their first press conference
interaction as far as a feud.
Adam Page and Pac were on the roster. They
at
had
All Out, August 31st, 19. Yeah. Pac left after the press conference. That had nothing to do with anything.
No,
Pac
but that
had
press
nothing to do with
conference.
the company.
No, they were supposed to have the match at their first pay-per-view, but then
And
he
he-
backed out due to his shit with
Right.
Dragon Gate. But that started at like the first AEW press conference.
It started August 31st of 2019. I've looked it up. Literally, that's the first time those two were ever face to face or talked to each other. Literally. So then we have Shawn Spears, Joey Janela. Of course, no feud, but both super talented people. Three-way tag team championship match. SoCal Uncensored, Lucha Brothers, Private Party. Of course, Lucha Brothers and Young Bucks actually have been feuding for well over a year, even before AEW was around. So we give them that. Private
you also
party,
have to give it to the fact that if they're doing a ranking system due to win-loss record, you're not going to have built-up feuds for a long time for your championships because it's always going to be the number one contender. Or at least in most circumstances.
No, I agree 100%. Some of the bigger matches should. But no, I agree. You don't have to have. Sometimes just being the number one contender should be it. I agree 100% with that. Mm-hmm. Women's championship match, we had Rio versus Emi Sakura. Of course, in real life, that feud's been going on in years. If you're talking about just AEW, it was May 25th, 2019, Double or Nothing. But I call it years, obviously, because Emi Sakura trained Rio at, 14? Mm-hmm. AEW World Championship match, Chris Jericho versus Cody Rhodes. They didn't even talk to each other really until October 2nd of 2019 at Dynamite. So it's been about a month.
Yeah, but Chris Jericho's been talking shit about the company since, or claiming he's the one.
He didn't, though. Yeah. You can say he's been talking about the company, but
he's been demanding a thank you from Cody since he won his first match. He didn't have
his inner circle we're taking on the establishment until then. So there wasn't a feud until October, so less than a month ago. And Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega wasn't until June 2019 that they even had anything to do with each other because they were both in separate feuds. That was at Fyter Fest. They're both in completely separate feuds. So there's not any matches that have really had much more than a 2-month build.
And not very physical feuds, just kind of.
Or even any feud, even talking to each other. Very, very few of them. I'll give you the Chris Jericho was shitting on the whole company, but that'd be like a feud against Young Bucks and a feud against Kenny Omega and a feud against everybody. I don't
more
consider
subtle
that
storytelling than what that you might be used to.
I get that, but then you have a unsanctioned match, and I don't get that. I guess is my point. Yeah. I don't think there was a lot of build. This was a good mid pay-per-view thing. From what I hear, this is supposed to be their fourth of their 4 cards per year, and to me, that's next year. I hope they build better to it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I liked it. I gave it as a whole, and you see it on the page, Pacey. I gave it an A-. I thought it was a great fucking pay-per-view. I don't have negatives. I'm just going to say I'm not going to suck their dick and say that they did everything right. They fucked up in a lot of places.
No, but I'll go out on the limb to say that this was their best pay-per-view they've put on so far.
And I'll say that's not even close to right, because I just gave actual examples of why it's wrong.
So what's their best pay-per-view then?
Their best pay-per-view is probably their first one. We gave that an A+. Why wouldn't it be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say AEW Double or Nothing got an A+, so I'm down with that. AEW Fight for a Fallen got a B-, so probably not as good. B for All Out, probably not as good. I'm missing some in here. Fyter Fest was a B, not as good. Yeah, I think their first pay-per-view is better. And we even said I admit when we did it for them, we gave them we gave them the plus because it was their first pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. But I still hold on to that.
Yeah, I suppose that has to ring true if it's in the books.
I still hold on to that. It was their first pay-per-view. They should get a little extra to it.
Okay, it's their second best pay-per-view they've ever put on there.
I'll give you that. There you go.
This is the second best one, right?
This is the second best one. That sounds right.
That's what we should have called the episode. We fucked it all up.
Second best one. We still can change it. We're about a half hour behind. Can we knock through the Savage Sentinel look?
Oh, fuck yeah, we can, and I'll get it started. Yes, folks, it's that time. Again, the time you love where you get to be in the know. The Savage Sentinel. And this week, we're jumping right to the gratification with the comings and the goings. And this first one is going and happy for it. ACH took to Twitter Wednesday to announce that he is quitting WWE, stating, "As of today, I'd like to officially announce that I quit fucking WWE. I am no longer employed."
Them?
Yes, he's done fucking them. Or being fucked by them, I'm pretty sure.
That's what
is the sentiment. "I refused to work for racists. I fucking quit. Fuck them. I hate that fucking company and everything they fucking stand for. All they ever did was hold our people back. I do this shit for the culture. I don't need anyone's fucking permission to do what I want to do. Screw Jordan Miles. Don't ever call me by that slave name. Call me ACH. And don't forget the super, bitch. I quit. Fuck you." That was a hell of a video. With a lot of him just sitting there for quite a long time before he started saying anything.
So, for him, I love this.
Yeah.
For a professional person,
no.
It depends on who you talk to. I'm not sure. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It seems, well, first of all,
we can't even find out what happened in Saudi Arabia. Come on.
I know. This is completely tasteless no matter what. But if he's truly been treated that horribly, I dig it. I don't know.
Right. There is that point where, you know, if Enzo Amore left the company like this, it would have not been.
It gets to that point where, is he trying to leave the company or is he trying to interview for a new company?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? You get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It was definitely a promo.
For sure. Now, somebody who we actually didn't think would ever come back to WWE, racist or not, CM Punk made an unannounced appearance, at the end of this week's WWE Backstage, announcing that he'll be on the show next week.
Woo!
Basically, Fox Twitter account says Phil Brooks, better known as CM Punk, joins WWE Backstage as a special contributor and analyst. He will make select appearances in studio alongside host Renee Young and analyst Booker T. Quote, "The best in the world joins fellow regular contributors Christian Cage and Paige, as well as new correspondent Ryan Satin on WWE Backstage rotation." True. Punk did actually have talk spacey, it sounds like, with AEW, and he met with the president and CEO Tony Khan in person. But according to Brian Alvarez of Pro Wrestling Torch, there's no word on details of AEW's offer. But Khan reportedly offered, quote, "a lot of money," end quote, to the former WWE champion. Our guest here at Beef Six Podcast would be AEW wanted Punk as an in-ring performer, and that the Chicago-made star isn't really interested in that at this point.
Yeah. This is cool. I'm glad to see him back in any case. A lot of people
in wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see him working on this WWE show for Fox and wrestle in any other promotion. I think that would be amazing. I think he should go to Impact. But it's good to have him back. Although they're just going to probably use him for promo school. Have you seen any of these segments?
I personally have not actually watched any of them yet. But,
I watched a couple. I saw one that was Christian.
Yeah, I have not personally.
Christian and some football star, and the football guy did pretty good. Christian did better. And then Fluffy and Samoa Joe. That one was funny. But I'm as one of the